Aloha. Today we're going to look at and review what's called a Pepeke, ʻAike, just to kind of break down real simple meaning-wise. Think of the word ʻAike as kind of mean the idea of something that's equal, right? And if you think of equal, you can think of a simple algebraic expression, something like A equals B. Therefore, B equals A. And these are types of sentences, really, as what we call, these are really non-verb sentences. These are sentences when you're basically using something to describe another thing. You're basically saying one is another. And so specifically with the what's called a Pepeke ʻAike, these are in fact sentences in which the description or the po'o is a non-specific item or a non-specific thing. So we can look at any kind of hey sentence, right? If you have something like he wahine, to be a woman, woman-like, as a woman, he wahine, non-specific. And he wahine is used to describe what perhaps the piko might be. He wahine oia, he wahine o Kaleo, he wahine ke kumu, or whatever the so-called piko might be that is being described as a non-specific noun or non-specific mea, in this case. So if we're to look at examples of a positive Pepeke ʻAike, we will first notice that you have what's called a piko, of course, the subject in the second position, this thing, this, the aforementioned, this, which you may be pointing to, you're describing something, this, and I want to describe it as a manini. It's a kind of fish. And you notice it's not saying it is a specific manini, but in fact it is a non-specific manini. We may look at many other sentences from the question, of course, he aha, kind of like saying is a what? Is a what? He hakela. So in English, of course, you'd be saying, that is a what, or what is that? That. What about that? Is a what? He mea ai, he mea inu, he ka'a, he kanake, or whatever it might be. And you notice this word aha is the blank space in which the information would be, of course, filled. So we can look at any kind of basic question. He aha is a what? He aha oia. He aha keia. He aha kela mea. And whatever the so-called piko might be. And to describe what he or she may be, or what this may be, or what that thing may be, is we use the expression, again, a non-specific marker to explain. It might be, for example, might say, he kumu. Oia. In English, you would say, he or she is a teacher, he kumu oia. Answering the question of, is a what? He kumu. Now, to pluralize he aha, pretty simple, as we would know, with in any plural sentence, he kumu. To make kumu a plural, we simply add the word mau, which makes it not a teacher, but teachers, or non-specific, some teachers. Again, not being specific as saying my teacher, your teacher, my science teacher, but just a teacher in general, or the plural, he mau kumu, teachers, non-specific. Now in negating the Pepeke ʻAike, it's real simple also, and it's just a reversal. We always, as we know, ʻaʻole is always a po'o. Whatever the piko may be, ʻaʻole wao, ʻaʻole oia, ʻaʻole ke kumu, ʻaʻole okioki, whatever it may be. And I would use the description that is not as. For example, ʻaʻole wao he kumu. ʻaʻole oi he haumana. ʻaʻole ʻokimo he makaʻe. Yeah, non-specific. So I am not a teacher. You are not a student. Kimo is not a police officer. Again, the key to remember is that it's a non-specific. So the pepeke ʻaike he is a very, very common sentence. And again, and really what's going on, just to repeat, yeah, is you're using one noun description to describe the second so-called noun phrase. Okay, so let's go move on to the pepeke ʻaike o. Now the pepeke ʻaike o is very similar to the pepeke ʻaike he in that it's really the same type of sentence, meaning that you basically are describing one noun phrase is the same as another noun phrase. Again, you're not describing actions, but you're describing things. Something is something. Yeah? To clarify what something is, you're going to point it as being its equal. The only difference in comparing what we call the pepeke ʻaike he, that in the pepeke ʻaike o, the o symbolizes that it's something specific. And again, to remember what specific is, it is not a teacher. A teacher, of course, we know as being non-specific, a teacher. But anytime we're talking about anything specific, the teacher, my teacher, our teacher, the Hawaiian language teacher, whatever that specific noun, we use what's called the pepeke ʻaike o instead and not a he. And that's really the only difference. The difference between what a he sentence is that it's something that is non-specific versus something that is specific. Okay, so let's kind of look at some examples. Right? So whereas in a pepeke ʻaike he in English, I may say, I am a teacher. Right? And what about I? The fact that I am a teacher. You notice this a tells you this is a non-specific expression. Therefore, this in fact would be a he. Yeah? He kumu wao. Okay, now if we look, if I change this into something that in fact is specific, not just a teacher, but the teacher, perhaps your teacher, perhaps the school's teacher, something that is specific, I automatically know that in fact this will be an o expression and no longer he. So o marks, in fact, as you notice, okay, kumu. And so the way you can express this are in two ways. Yeah. And one of the things you noticed about the pepeke ʻaike o is, A equals B, and B will therefore, of course, equal A. So many times it's very interchangeable in regards to what is up front or what is focused. But as we know in Hawaiian, whatever is up front really is what the focus is on. And so to express this idea, I am the teacher, I could say, o wao ke kumu. And you notice the two parts there. Or else I could also say, o ke kumu wao. And in fact, these are both correct. Yeah. What you notice, the only difference is what is being stressed. The fact that it's I, not you. O wao ke kumu, not you. That is o wao ke kumu versus stressing the fact exactly of what I am. In other words, I'm not your friend, perhaps. I'm not your enemy, but the fact that I am your teacher. O ke kumu wao. And, so depending on exactly what's being stressed is really what we call is in the po'o of that particular position. Yeah. Now, I would also say generally that this perhaps would be more common in that what's really, might be answering a question, for example, o wai ke kumu. That might be answering a question, well, who is the teacher? Oh, o wao ke kumu, I am the teacher. If I'm answering, for example, what am I? What am I? Am I a teacher? He kumu wao. Am I the teacher? O ke kumu wao. So again, both being correct. And so whenever you think about the pepeke ʻaike o, the first thing to remember that these are two noun phrases. And again, what do you mean by noun phrase? These are two things, or persons, or places. Yeah, nouns. And so when you think of the Pepeke ʻAike ʻo, yeah, one noun phrase is the same as a second noun phrase. And then let's go try something a little bigger, perhaps. Maybe something like o ke kane akamai. Yeah. This particular intelligent man is the same as your teacher, perhaps. Yeah. Kaukumu, which is your teacher. Right? In other words, they are both describing the same noun. Yeah? The fact that your teacher is the intelligent man, and the fact that the intelligent man is your teacher. Therefore, it's a Pepeke ʻAike ʻo. And because it's a Pepeke ʻAike ʻo, as I had said earlier, you can actually, both would work. I could say, o kaukumu ke kane akamai. And both being correct. Again, if you look carefully, you will notice what is in the po'o position is what is being stressed. The fact that it's the intelligent person, or the fact that it's your teacher. And depending upon what exactly you are focusing on, will always move to the front, or what we call the po'o. Okay. So for the most part, a Pepeke ʻAike ʻo, whatever is in the noun one position, what is its purpose? But to describe what the noun two, or what the piko is. And that's really what the role is. That, for example, if I want to describe your teacher, what about your teacher? Specifically, your teacher is the intelligent man, or perhaps the most intelligent man in a room or classroom, perhaps. And so that becomes the description. So, and that's really what's going on. Again, yeah. So Pepeke ʻAike ʻo shows the idea that one noun phrase is describing the second noun phrase. Okay, now when we negate the Pepeke ʻAike ʻo, very similar also, in the same way. Yeah? So if I had something like ovao ke kumu. Yeah. What about I? The teacher am I. And one and the same. Now if I were to negate this into a negative sentence, the first thing remember is you always negate with ʻaʻole. And ʻaʻole now becomes the main po'o. Now what becomes the piko? Both could be the piko. However, generally, what you notice is that what we call the papani, or the so-called pronouns, they generally move up. ʻaʻole vau. And then what was once the secondary noun here becomes now the po'o ʻelua. Now, anytime you have a po'o ʻelua, do not forget this o. So to negate the sentence of ʻowau ke kumu becomes ʻaʻole vau o ke kumu. Now, some of you may say, could I say ʻaʻole ke kumu o vau? Yes, you could say that, but you quickly realize is that what's being focused is that not ke kumu, but of course vau, and it's a separate. But generally, we know is that pronouns, they like to, of course, move up after ʻaʻole. So it's a common trait we see in all Pepeke ʻAike ʻo. So let's look at examples we have on the left, just to kind of o kauʻi ke kumu. ʻaʻole o kauʻi o ke kumu. And you notice again this o in the negation. O wai kainoa o ko makuahine. In other words, who is the name? That's the po'o and the piko. O wai kela mokupuni. Who is the name of that island? O Maui kela mokupuni. O wai kela hale aina. O McDonald's kela hale aina. So you quickly realize all these types of sentences that ask, in fact, who or why are all Pepeke ʻAike ʻo sentences. That's the first thing you realize. Now, anything with Pepeke ʻAike ʻo, we should also realize it has various expressions. But if you look carefully, you notice they all start, in fact, with the o, which tells you it is an equational. And it also tells you that it's all describing something, some kind of piko, some kind of expression of what the so-called subject is. And that's basically the sentence structure of the Pepeke ʻAike o. Some of the things to remember. These are always noun phrases. Yeah, so noun phrase 1 equals the same as noun phrase 2. If it is specific, o. If it is non-specific, e. And that's in fact the Pepeke ʻAike he and the Pepeke ʻAike o. Thank you.